Kia ora Year 9. This is the second video on how to collect up like terms. So I'd like you to get your maths book and a pencil, pause the video and have a go at these four problems now. The first thing to do is to identify which terms in each expression are like terms and which ones aren't. And then collect them up, paying attention to whether you're adding or subtracting. First thing we've got to look at is what sort of thing this is here. So this is an x squared. Right, so we've got 7 lots of an x times an x. This here is 12 lots of x. And this is, take away, 15 lots of x. So we should be pretty comfortable with these two going together. But we've got to think about whether this is a like term. Now it's not, because it's not just an x, it's an x times an x. So you can see that they're kind of related, but they're not the same type of thing. It's like grapefruit and lemons. So in this one, what we can do is we can put together the x terms, but not anything else. Alright, so we always write out the question and then the answer, and we get 7x squared minus 3x plus 5. Okay, let's take a look at the second one, which is a little bit different. So in here I've got 10 lots of b times c. But we know that the order of multiplication doesn't matter. So in the next term I'm taking away 9 lots of c times b. But that's exactly the same as 9 lots of b times c. So I can put these two together. In here I've got c, b, a. So this is 9 lots of c times b times a, but I can reorder that any way I want, just as 2 times 3 times 4 is equal to 4 times 2 times 3. So here I can rewrite this as c times b times a as well. So these are like terms too. So let's look at what happens when I put those together. Well, I've got 10 lots of bc, take away 9 lots of bc. So that leaves me with one of them. So we'll write out question and answer. Oh, I'm going to run out of space. Here we go. Right, so here, putting these two together, I'm just left with one lot of BC. So there's a couple of little algebraic conventions hidden in there. The first is that unless we've got a really, really good reason, and I'm struggling to think of one, we put the letters in alphabetical order. It's just a convention, so it's not wrong if you do CB, but it kind of looks nicer to a mathematician if it says BC. The second thing is that we don't write in that we've got one of them. So if there's no number 1 in there, it just means there is one. So I'm going to erase that one now. There we are, it's gone. Oop. So is the B. Right, so we've got one lot of BC. Now here, we've got 9 lots of ABC. Take away 9 lots of ABC. So that leaves me with nothing. So my answer to that second question is simply BC. So all of this simplifies down to BC. On to the next two questions. Okay, so similar ideas here. What have I got here? Well, I've got 2 p squared is p times q. So this first one, we'll write it out really slowly. Now we don't have to do this once we've got the hang of it, right? So this is 3 times p times q squared times q. So you can see once you've done that that they're not like terms at all. This is a p times a p and then times one lot of q, and this is the other way around. And then that take away 4 is 4 times q times p times p. So what goes together in there? Well, the order of multiplication doesn't matter. So this and this are like terms. So that equals 3pq squared, which is this one here, because that doesn't go with anything. Well, I've got plus 2 of them, so the 2 here, and then I'm taking away 4. So that means I end up at negative 2. So 3pq squared minus 2qp squared. Right, let's have a look at this next one. Well, we've got p squared q and qp squared. So these are like terms. because we don't care about the order here. But this is not a like term because it's q times p times p. So number 4, what do we get? Well, we get 2p squared q plus 3qp squared plus 4q squared p squared is equal to 2 lots plus 3 lots gives me 5 lots of p squared q plus 4p squared q squared. If you'd left it in this order, that's fine, it's still correct, it's just that, as I said, we usually try to go in alphabetical order. Alright, so that's all from me on like terms. Hope that helped, and have a go at the Mathletics homework now to make sure you've really got the hang of it.